Welcome to another Tiny Escapes Artist adventure, where I take tiny escapes that won't break the budget or break up the marriage. I explore restorative health practices, eat a mostly plant-based diet, and I create craft on the go. Driving or reversing a caravan can be a scary prospect, especially when you first start out, but it's a skill that you'll get better at with practice. One of my favorite things is reversing big vehicles, so I thought I'd give you some suggestions from one woman to another. In this video, I'll show you what not to do, what to do and how to do it, how to cross a small bridge and go through roundabouts, how I connect my caravan, and I'll finish off with the most important piece of advice that I could give anyone who's a beginner at reversing things. During the time of my tiny house building company, I drove the houses, which was like maneuvering a very tall snail at 4.3 meters high and 2.5 meters wide, contrary to a caravan which is made to travel on the roads. I am now going backwards. That was not good. It's in neutral instead of drive. It's okay, I only went backwards a little tiny bit. That would not have been a good look on my garage doors. Now can you see in my rear vision mirror that that's how close I am to the tree? And I've got a curve to do. So if I'm not paying attention, I could move closer to that tree. There, but now I can't see him. Okay, so now I'm moving it around. Keeping an eye on both sides. No idea where I'm going because I cannot see anything behind me. Oh, there we go. Now I can. I can see it out the other side. There we go. I recorded a running commentary as I was reversing, but I'd like to point out my mistakes as well. I'm not an expert, and sometimes I get it perfect the first time, and other times it takes me a few attempts, but I wanted you to see the reality of reversing. I've edited out the boring bits, like waiting for traffic, but the mistakes have remained. And it's gonna creak and make noises and be unhappy. That's just the fact of life. Remember, I can't see this post, but I can see the garden, which allowed me to get very close to the pole without hitting it. Okay, I don't want to jackknife it. And I need to get myself over here a little bit further. I'm going to come back out onto the road, get myself in a better position. Just watch out for cars. I've come at this badly. There's no shame in correcting your direction by moving forward and starting the reversing process again. You can see I'm getting closer to the angle that I need to be at in order to turn the van without jackknifing. That's better. Now we're talking. It will feel like you're going to jackknife, but the car and van can be on a very tight angle before that actually happens. At this point, I'm a little too close to the wall, but using the wall as a reference, I know I have plenty of room on the other side. Now go forward. That's better. Let's get it away from that wall. From that wall. Okay, so now I just keep watching what reaction's happening, and if I need to, I get out and stop. But I'm pretty good. And now I'm going to bring it back
straighten it up. And I want to get it between those two poles at the back, which I can't really see from here. So I'm going to stop, go take a look. Okay, so here's the curve in the road. And there are the trees overhead, so just watch out for the trees, Kim. And I'm going to go right up on the grass so that I can hit this bridge straight on, because in other times I've had to reverse and make sure that the mirrors are going so I can perfectly see how it's going to go on the bridge. Okay, so your mirrors are your best friends. All right, let's do this. Girlfriends, from one woman to another. I'm not saying it's not scary to drive a caravan, a trailer. It's still scary, but you can do it. Okay. Now, just like I always say, take it nice and slow. Nice and slow. There you go. Okay. So as you can see from the mirror, I can see where these railings are down here, and I can see where my tires are on both sides. So that's what I want to make sure. Okay, now I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get this caravan quickly over this bridge. And I say quickly because it's not a big bridge. Oh, and we did it. Ah. Over the bridge. The bridge is back there. We're here. Now, here in Australia, we have a lot of roundabouts. So I'm going to take you up around a roundabout, but I'm going to show you around the front of it. The most important thing when you're going around anything that is a corner is to give yourself extra room, because if you cut the corner at all, the van will cut the corner 5 times more than you. So it's really, and also brake, give yourself space to brake. Don't brake quickly, give yourself lots of space, because you've got the weight of the caravan behind you. And you'll feel it. You'll feel, if you're not going too quickly, you'll feel the weight of the caravan and you'll get used to it. So there goes the first roundabout. I've gone around the first roundabout, and here I'm coming to the second roundabout. I give it a wide berth around this roundabout. So you can see I'm going wide around it. And I would say my caravan is probably 1.5 meters away from it. So it's, even though I'm way out from it, oh, now it's very close, but like not touching or anything. But even though I was way out, the caravan was not way out. So you just constantly have to be watching behind you. You need to be aware of what's going on with the thing that you're towing. I gotta raise it up first. Okay, so raise it up. I should have left the chocks underneath it. So it doesn't roll back. The brake is on. I'm leaving the chocks underneath. I took them out, and now I'm going to go put them back. Okay, now I gotta get my back into this. Am I going up? Yep, I was. And I find if you put your whole body into it, it's a good workout. Funny seeing this hairy thing on my chest. Looking down and oh my god, I've got a hairy chest. Okay, went onto the tow ball beautifully. Now I've got the little lock lifted up, and the car is taking the weight. Beautiful. So now, all right, now this is off the ground. Flywheel. So flywheel is done. Okay, now when somebody else does it, they tighten it up so much. The way to get these things to turn is to use this thing. Use a wrench, I think it is. Now, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So lefty-loosey, let's try that. So, but I actually think it's the opposite on this. Oh my goodness. How am I supposed to do this? Oh. Okay, well, failing that, take a hammer, try dislodging it. Okay, now try with the wrench. Oh yes, look at that. So see, the wrench is working as a fulcrum. A lever. It's working as a lever. Oh, yes, well done. You did it. Oh, you gotta celebrate the simple wins. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in. In my hairy chest, I'm gonna put this back in. And we're gonna take out the stabilizer thingies. Stabilizing bars. So, here's a little story. Yesterday, I could get everything done on the van except the one stabilizing bar. I managed to get the right stabilizing bar on. Could not, for the life of me, get the left one on. Tighten this a little bit. So, I stopped in at a Caravan place, and I said, what am I doing wrong? And within minutes, seconds, like it was 5 o'clock at the very end of the day. There are 5 men, and believe me, it wasn't because I look good. There were 5 men out there helping me because they like to help. Within 3 minutes, they had shown me how to put it on, and I said, now can you take it back off, and I'll put it on myself. And I was holding it in the wrong spot. And it was so easy to fix it, and it was so difficult every other time when I did it incorrectly. So, you know, we don't know these things. We weren't born towing caravans. So it's not a sin to stop and say to somebody, how do I do this? And, you know, we're not always going to get it right, but we've got a much better chance of getting right if we ask somebody who knows what they're talking about. So now this is the breakaway brake. So this will put a brake on. The Caravan disconnects from your car. This puts a brake on, that's an automatic brake, in the Caravan body that will then stop the Caravan itself in its tracks so that it doesn't keep going and kill somebody like on, you know, those funny holiday movies where the vans keep going. Okay, this is to connect up the lights, make sure the lights are working. All right, now this is a brake. So I'm going to leave that on until I see if I alert what the guy said yesterday. He said put 2 hands up here and hit it. Oh, I did it! I did it! Did it! I did it! Yes! Did it! Again, celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. Now this little thing always needs to be going that way because you're going to be driving that way. So the pressure will be on it from the wind coming this way. Now I have to count 5 links. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this part takes a little bit of muscle. But thank goodness for the trusty lever. And to get more leverage, you just go to the end of the lever. So see how my wrench, or spanner, or whatever this is, I put it here because when I first put it there, it wasn't working. Oh my goodness. This hits my back every time. But not as badly as it did when I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, I will tell you that I was very afraid of this. And I made my husband video everything the first time I went on my own. But it's just practice. This part isn't easy. This part is getting the brake off. Oh, it's easier. It's harder the other way around. All right, so now double check. I have the stabilizing bars on. I have the lights plugged in. I have the safety chains on. I have the automatic brake on. I have this thing, whatever it is, on, and I have the brake off. Okay, we're good to go. Oh, okay, better close this. Woohoo. Good to go. Oh, and I gotta get the chocks out. The most important thing that I could say to you, and my advice to you, is slow down. I know you're nervous. I know people are waiting. I know it's kind of scary. It's very scary. But just slow down, and whatever you do, watch the reaction of the thing that you're towing. So especially when you're reversing, check to see which way it's going, because it's very counterintuitive. It goes the opposite way. So just slow it down. You know, most people who have a caravan on the back, or a trailer, I think it's called in Canada and the States, they're retired. They're not in a hurry. So you can, even if you're not retired, you can just pretend you're not in a hurry too, and just take your time. It is much better to go slowly and make the odd person grumpy than it is to hit a wall. To see some of the gorgeous places this van has gone, check out the links below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.